Welcome back to another guide for No Man's Sky. This time, we're revisiting Beachhead, the second expedition released and one with quite an amazing reward at the end. Now, as usual, we're in a hurry, so there's no time for a long-winded intro as there's only a week left at the time of writing. So, let's jump right into the guide and get it done. As always, I've made mistakes so you don't have to, and that means that this guide doesn't have all its objectives in order. Trust the process and we'll get it done quickly. You can turn some difficulty options down, and I do recommend leaving the combat settings standard in case it impacts your ability to complete some of the objectives. When you first spawn in, you'll be on your freighter, and there's a little bit of damage to repair, so our first priority will be repairing our atmospheric control unit. While it may be tempting to use one of your repair kits here, we want to save that for your matter beam. Instead, dismantle your mining beam upgrade and get the wiring loom, and you'll already have the rest of the components in your inventory. This will complete the all hands on deck milestone. Now head to your hangar and get aboard your starship. Fly to the scorched planet that's in the same system you're in. If you come across an asteroid field, destroy 50 of them to complete the Stardust milestone, and then proceed to land on the planet to get the Away Team milestone. Scan 3 creatures so you can achieve the first contact milestone, and start scanning every plant you come across for a later milestone that we won't worry too much about right now. Use your in-game photo mode to snap a photo of the planet, and that will come in handy later. Despite the warm climate, we don't want to leave the scorched planet yet. Instead, put your visor on and search for hidden, buried mineral nodes. Collect as much sodium as you can while you're doing this. Your visor will point you in the right direction as long as you have the one-man treasure objective selected. Dig up 3 of these and the milestone will complete. Head back to your ship and head to the nearest space station. Buy copper and cobalt at the space station and refine it in your personal refiner on your exosuit. Walk around the space station and talk to inhabitants to learn 6 alien words to achieve the linguophile milestone. While you're there walking around the station, you may tick off the Pilgrim milestone for walking 2,500 units. This will happen naturally though through the expedition, so if it doesn't happen now, you don't need to stress, and it will unlock the fishing rig for you. We'll be using that later on. While you're here, you should have a few modules as rewards. If you want to achieve the nanites milestone more easily, sell any of the modules you don't think you'll need at a technology vendor. You may not have enough nanites yet for the achievement, but you'll have a huge head start. Before we head back to our freighter, let's tick off another objective that can cause a headache if we forget about it. Head to the life-incompatible planet in the current system, jump out and take a photo to go towards the Grand Tour achievement. You'll now have your Inferno and Airless Planet photo. We'll get the frozen one later. Let's head back to the freighter. Go to the construction area of your freighter because it's time to start building. Build a storage room to complete the supercargo milestone and an orbital exocraft materializer for the drop protocol milestone. You should also have enough materials to build a scanner room for the Farseer milestone. Redeem all these milestones and then prepare for warp. You'll rarely need your starship on this expedition, so feel free to sell those upgrade modules and hang on to your storage expansions to upgrade your main saves outside of the expedition. Repair your warp drive on your freighter, saving your repair kits. You will need to craft warp fuel, and your freighter should have a room full of plants that you can harvest carbon to refine into condensed carbon to craft antimatter. Once you have the fuel, warp using your center console in your freighter towards the first rendezvous point, which will complete the engage warp milestone. Once you're at the first rendezvous system, head to your starship and rendezvous 1. On the rendezvous planet, we could do some work here. Finally, you'll most likely tick off your aviator milestone, which is just from traveling in your starship. If it hasn't already, this is a natural objective that will tick off. As soon as you land, take a photo and get your last pick to tick off the Grand Tour objective. Reach the first rendezvous to complete that objective and the phase 1 of your expedition. Select the Nameless History milestone and deploy your signal booster. Scan for ruins and head for that marker. You can interact with the plaque and select Seek Knowledge of the Past, which will then tick off the objective. You should have 5 planetary charts in your inventory. Use one of them to find a distress signal and head towards it. Talk to the down pilot and investigate what his ship needs to make the repairs. Craft the required ingredients and repair the ship, completing the Interstellar Rescue milestone. Once you've completed this milestone, feel free to use the rest of your charts to plot courses, and if a crashed frigate pops up, head to it and recover the freighter log from the wreckage to complete the Fallen Giants milestone. Select the Science to Nowhere objective and start looking for structures with checkpoint towers on them. Your charts may help here. Activate 5 of these towers to complete the milestone. You can also use your signal booster if you're stuck. Once you've completed this objective, head back to your freighter. I should note that if you only have a couple of trees left to scan, quickly land on a planet in the system and tick off the Engine of Life milestone. This will unlock some construction plans we'll need to continue the expedition. While you're on a planet hunting trees, also hunt some creatures too, and refine the Mordite dropped from them to get 25 Facium. Also, you'll most likely tick off this objective, but if you want to complete it earlier, head to the space station and sell any upgrade modules that you don't need to unlock the Quantum Foam objective. Aboard the freighter, we now have more construction to complete. Build a double cultivation chamber and complete the Air We Breathe milestone, and build a teleport chamber to complete the Across Infinity milestone while you're at it. Let's head to Rendezvous 2. Once you get to the second rendezvous system, get into your starship and head to the rendezvous point. I did purchase some frigates on the way here, but we really don't need to worry about that now if you're strapped for cash. Land at the rendezvous system to complete that objective. Take off and head to the Arctic planet on the same system to do some fishing. Install your fishing rod on your multi-tool and start casting away. For this objective, I recommend crafting mealworms, casting them off the shore into shallow water. This objective needs a lot of patience. Once you complete the milestones, you can tick off phase 2 of the expedition. Now, it may feel like we've done a lot and we're only at phase 2, but we're actually almost done with the rest of the phases because they're nearly complete. Head back to the freighter. We're going to Rendezvous 3, but first let's send out some frigates for expeditions. Build a fleet command station and then interact with it to get blueprints for frigate fuel, and then head to the center console of your capital ship and craft the fuel and send ships on expeditions. If you build multiple command stations, you can send more frigates out. Simply send out 3 expeditions and wait for them to come back to achieve the Called by the Stars milestone. You can take your switch offline and use the time skip glitch to speed this process up. Warp to Rendezvous 3. Once you're in Rendezvous 3 system, jump in your starship and head to the rendezvous point to complete the milestone and phase 3. Head back to your freighter and we're just going to warp straight to Rendezvous 4. You know the drill. Get in your starship, land at the rendezvous point and complete the objective. Head back to your freighter and warp to Rendezvous 5. Land at Rendezvous 5 to complete the milestone, and now we only have a few things left. Head to the space station in your current system. You'll need to purchase planetary charts to find artifact sites. Use these charts to find 3 alien artifact sites, interact with them, and complete the historiography lesson milestone. Head into space and summon the anomaly and get the myth beacon. Now this step is much more confusing than it has to be. Head to the Quicksilver rewards vendor and select the option to create exotic items from Quicksilver. tab over to the Other Curiosities tab and select the Myth Beacon recipe for 80 Quicksilver. This will complete the objective. Select the new objective in your Expedition tab called Echo Through the Ages, head back to your freighter for a final warping run. Warp to the new location, and once in that target system, jump in your starship and head to the marker. When you're there, locate the Myth Beacon in your inventory and deploy it. This will complete the current milestone, and then head back to your ship because the Normandy should be just above you. Communicate with the ship to add it to your fleet and complete the historical Paragon milestone and Phase 5. Now we only have one more thing to do provided your expeditions have returned and you've ticked off that milestone. Head back to your freighter and select the Uncharted milestone. Here, we just need to warp to 8 systems that haven't been discovered by other players. Having the milestone selected will allow you to track your progress, and being disconnected from the internet will make this go much faster. I simply headed in one general direction, warping to planets close by, and found that I got the objective marked off rather quickly. And with that, the expedition is complete. Enjoy your Mass Effect Normandy freighter, and don't forget to turn the expedition in at the anomaly. If this video helped you out, please consider liking and subscribing, and just so you know, because you watched this video, there's money going towards Movember for the month of November. Thanks a lot for your support, and I'll see you amongst the stars, travelers. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. The best way that you can support What's It Like is by liking and subscribing. And for the month of November, I'm donating all my channel earnings to my good friend Archie's Movember campaign. So if you've just watched this video, you're already doing your part.